Welcome back. It's 8:14 on the Talk of the Town, 100.7 FM, WUTQ. I'm Dave Coombs, along with Jay Aiello and Sam LaMarca, and the mayor of Utica joining us right now.
That's my coffee, Mayor. Here,
I was drinking it. You didn't mind it. It's cold.
No, God.
And it's sweet, kind of like you.
See?
Mayor, one thing I did not know about you that I read recently, you were a basketball coach at Notre Dame.
I coached.
Don't get him started. Here we go.
I coached at Notre Dame for roughly 16 years, and I coached at Lourdes, Blessed Sacrament, when they had the CYL high school, and I coached softball at Notre Dame. Yeah, I've been very active. I've had 5 children, so it's kind of enjoyable to get involved. And after my kids left, I continued to coach because you just become attached to the kids, the students.
Sure. And any specific memories of individual athletes that went on to greatness out of your coaching there?
When you say greatness, I will tell you there's a lot of memorable things that we played, and when I see a lot of these now women, it was kind of like life experiences that we kind of put into what basketball is all about, working together, putting your best effort out there, and sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, but if you put your best effort out there, and we had a number of times, we always had a very competitive team. We didn't always have the stars, but we won some very big games, and some of the players that really were role players coming off the bench. So it was the philosophy of making everyone. I always said my practices were more intense than the games. You come to the game, and that's when you have a good time, but our practices were very intense.
I think I read recently we're a local girl now playing in the WNBA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Brianna Kessel. Yes. I had the fortune of actually coaching against her, and I did see her. We had a game, I think it was at VVS, and she was playing, I think, 7th grade, and I had the JVs, and I saw her playing, and at that level, she had everything going. I mean, she saw the court, she made everybody better, she rebounded, she played defense. She was special at that point. I actually tried to talk to the father to get her to go to Notre Dame, which it didn't work out. But she, we've had a lot of great, Beth Durr. We've had some great players coming out of this area, and they're just great families, great people. And it bodes well for this area, not only from the girls' end, but even from the guys' end of it. We've got great athletes here. We're very competitive, from hockey to baseball to football. It's a great area.
Mayor Palmieri joining us on the Talk of the Town, 100.7 FM, WUTQ. And
so, Dave, I didn't have an opportunity to say welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an exciting time for not only the city, but it's going to be an exciting time for the new show, and as you say, putting another coat of paint on it. But it's good times, and we're glad to have you here along with Jay and Samantha.
Thanks.
Again, warm welcomes from the city of Utica.
I appreciate it, Mayor, and I've really enjoyed becoming a resident of New Hartford over the last couple of years with my wife Beth and our kids and our dogs. And I've said earlier on the show that I love to shop and eat local as many times as possible. I love the Mohawk Valley. We love to take advantage of the waterways with our kayaks, and I love to cycle in and around central New York. So it's a beautiful place, especially this time of year.
So what you're saying is this is the only place, the greater Utica area is a place to invest someone's money, to relocate, to bring jobs, to bring return on your investment. It is a great. Everything you said, I've always said it's the people that make a difference in this region, and there's no question the people do make the difference. That's why we're very special.
Well, I know Buck from your office is going to come into the show a little bit later on this morning.
Don't hold me to that.
No relationship to it.
Buck, I don't even know who he is.
But I guess he's squiring around some people who are interested in finding a new reality television show star. Yes. So we'll learn more about that later on the show.
I threw the idea out to Dave, Mayor, that maybe they could do a reality show on 2 radio hosts, 2 talk show guys.
Can't think of anybody who fits that description.
Yeah, so I'm just throwing it out there.
Thinking about Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha's not there.
Who else could we find that would be?
That's a good segue to another question. So what's happening? Tell us a little bit of what's going on in the city. Revitalization. What's happening with things popping up? We have the Oyster Bar is going to be opening up soon. Folks will be moving into
Ocean Blue, right?
Yep.
We call it Ocean Blue.
Yeah. Folks moving into the
If you see
landmark.
what's happening downtown and throughout, there's a lot of cranes in the sky. There's a lot of excitement. There's more optimism in the greater Utica area, the city of Utica, than we've seen in the last maybe 50 years. You're talking about large things being built, whether it be when we had the Bozzard sites being reinvigorated. You looked at downtown with M&T now You have Bassett coming into the area. You look at HSBC building, which was scheduled for what we classified as demolition at one point, to infusing millions of dollars into it. Two, the beautiful thing is you talked about, Dave, about all the little eateries. Look at how many have opened up down in the downtown area, and that's what we're bringing. The excitement is, return on the investment is there.
Just Friday, new one on Bank Place, right?
Yep. That a Bosnian little bakery, and the only problem with all these great foods
is you got to stop and try them all out.
Oh man, it's just it's like pounds as you walk. It's just great eateries, and that's the diversity that we have. I mean, depending on what culture you're looking for, and if you're looking for a variety. I compare the city of Utica. I always say we want to be, and we're going to be, the best little city in America. We're very diverse. The only place you could get next close to us, maybe, if you go down to New York City for the diversity. You go over Bleecker Street, and you could have a plethora of different things, from the Italian pastries to Greek to Hispanic to the Asian, whatever you're looking for, and you don't get that in a lot of other areas. So. And the advent of all that, you've got a lot of jobs that have been created over the last 4 years. You've got, as I said, the excitement. You got the opportunity for us. We've been talking about nanotechnology, and I think that that's on everyone's mind at this point. One thing I would tell you is the governor. One of his missions is a game changer, is changing regions. And as we saw Buffalo evolve into a hot marketplace, you are starting to see this in the Utica market. And the governor has been up here, and he's concentrating his efforts not only in the city of Utica but to the greater Utica region. We're talking about the potential of the consolidation of the hospitals, and that happening in our downtown area. I think that is the best site for it. That's not my decision. That is up to the board.
You mentioned SUNY in downtown. How are we working on with some of those tax-free sites that I know that haven't had you in, hadn't been able to talk to you about that, but SUNY looking at some tax-free properties downtown. It's a a give and take. I think it's a great idea to get I know they're looking at the Broad Street area, and some of those buildings may just sit there, be defunct if something doesn't happen to them. So where are we with that?
Well, I just think that the conversation is ongoing. I think there's going to be some great things that'll be transpiring in a very short period of time. And that's why it's so important for the city to be ready for all the great things that are going to happen. And I think you see it before anything that has transpired. We have been out there cultivating and making our infrastructure stronger, making the fact of doing business in the city of Utica. Utica starts with you. It really is a slogan, but it's all what we are, what we're happening. You saw development in North Utica, South Utica. Our harbor's being developed. East Utica, West Utica. It doesn't make a difference. There's a lot of optimism out at this point. You still have a couple of the naysayers out there. You're always going to have the Debbie Downers, but they're very few and far between. Bag Square, you see the excitement over there. Michelle Truitt has really wrapped her hands around that and has done a great job. And it's not just government now. It's people being invigorated, and there's hope, and there's excitement, and that's what's going to bring us to the finish line.
You mentioned North Utica, the Schuyler Commons project still continuing?
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, that'll be transpiring as we're trying to develop the harbor. We're working with the National Grid, the DEC, and the Canal Corp, and putting that all together. New hotels going up. It looks really great. Moe's right across the street. There's a lot of excitement that, I think if we look back 3 years ago or maybe 4 years ago, when you have a Bass Pro coming to this area, and we're only the second one in New York State.
A great location for them.
That indicates to you that, there's optimism here, there's opportunity out there. They're a national company that has a flavor of the family because they're family run. But they see the opportunities right here. You talked about, Dave, the Adirondack. You talk about people coming off our thruway that go up to the Adirondack. It's up incumbent upon us to take down those same people, instead of going up to the Adirondack, spend a couple days in this great city of Utica, where you have a zoo, a golf course, the beautiful parks that we have, the great eateries that we have, all the amenities that we have. So we're looking to take a little bit more of the tourism market out there, but we have to give them a reason to come here, and that's what all the people are working hard together.
Yeah, we were eating at the Taylor and the Cook just the other night, Beth and I. We were sitting at the bar having our dinner and talking to a guy from Buffalo, I think it was, who was here for about a 3-month project, a consulting project, and he was enjoying all the restaurants and all the activities that Utica had to offer, and was getting to know everything that was here and really had no knowledge of the area previously
And
from
that's
Buffalo.
the beautiful thing. We've been kind of like stagnant for a long period of time. We've been a diamond in the rough, and now we're starting to shine. And that's collectively working with all the elected officials. And you know, whether you're Republican or Democrat, it doesn't really make a difference. The stars have lined up. We see the great opportunity, and everyone's really working. I'm so proud to be a small part of what's happening at this time, but working with whether Tony Picenti, Joe Griffo, Anthony Brindisi, members of the Common Council, legislators, everyone sees the opportunity that we have. And I will say this, the only way it doesn't happen is because we screwed up, not the people. We, the politicians, screwed up.
What's the Odd going to look like, by the way? I know they've been renovating and doing things on the outside of the Odd. Can you say what's happening with that building?
Again, that's through Frankie Drew Ross and Rob Esch.
You can have your mural on one of the windows.
I was hoping to have something like that, but they were going to use that for a large dart. So we're looking for revenue, and that may be a vehicle for revenue. But again, the excitement that you have with the Utica Comets, along with the Utica Pioneers, the college team, Odd Delicious, that whole there's a sense of excitement. You talk about the Saranac Thursday. You talk about Varick Street, what's happening over there. People want to invest. The lofts are really have taken hold at this point, and the variety is that you're going to have your high-end lofts, and you'll have your lower-level lofts and so forth. But people, I think our downtown, as we've known it maybe 50 years ago as a retail capital, that will not be. It will transform into a neighborhood that stays alive after 5 o'clock. And
Which
that's
is needed.
what we're looking for.
I think it's definitely needed.
Exactly. And you start seeing the walkability between a downtown and Bag Square and the harbor.
Yep.
These are all the things that are making it very exciting for us at this point. So it's great times for the city of Utica and the greater Utica area.
Mayor, thanks for taking some time this morning. Really appreciate you coming by.
My pleasure. Welcome. And any time that you have anything that we need to talk about, I'm readily available. And Jay, it's great. Sam, thank you for all you're doing at this point, and just keep the positive things happening.
Mayor Palmieri
Anytime.
on 100.7 FM, WUTQ, the talk of the town.